Oh boy. Ladies and gents, doggies of all households. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, first of all, but before I get excited, before we get into this, I need to know, how is the audio on y'all's end? Can you guys hear us clearly? Are you getting double feed right now? Is anything happening? I need you guys to get in the chat there and let us know how the audio is right now, because I've been having issues with it.
2 goods, perfect, good.
I'd love to see perfect.
Great, good.
Clear,
Cool.
Okay, all right. I'm
So
still
we're all
not
good.
content. I need 30 more goods and I feel fine.
So maybe we're freaking out about nothing.
Maybe. You guys... I wish you guys can just be in the room.
McBain said it sounds like you're married now. Does it sound different?
Is it different? Maybe. You see this? Okay. All right. We sound good. And maybe we're just freaking out. What we should do is a live stream before the live stream where people watch us live, maybe on Instagram,
Oh,
just to
maybe
see.
members only.
Yeah, but just to see how chaotic it is to set this up for us.
Oh yeah, just to show them.
Yeah,
like
we're
oh,
running
gosh.
all over the place. We don't know what we're doing. The audio's wow.
Always a mess.
For any of you guys who like have a career in audio or whatever,
Help.
like, one, help, but two, why do you do that? Because that seems miserable. Oh my goodness. Anyways, what's up, everyone? It has been a long time. Should I start with the old intro? What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel that takes you through the fog with a Tuesday evening live stream here at Casa del Fright Club at old Hondo's house here.
And Nico.
And little Nico. And this is cool. This is really cool. I'm just going to say this right off the rip. We have a couple of things we'll talk about in tonight's live stream. It's not really planned to be a long live stream. It's just kind of to get our toes into the water, get used to things again, and then we'll pick up speed as the event gets closer and closer.
We did do Brian posted a questions box on Instagram for some rapid fire Q&A.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But that may take longer.
I won't pick all questions. We'll pick handful, okay? That's why it's rapid fire. We'll just pick a couple and keep it going. Cool. We'll see. I don't know. Actually, hold up. Before I say anything, how many questions do we have? Okay, we have 27 questions. Okay, well, maybe we'll get into all of them. We'll see. But anyways, like I was saying, though, we have there's 3 main topics I really want to talk about in tonight's live stream. It's not going to be too long. We're just going to briefly cover some stuff. The first one being the Halloween Horror Nights 35 logo has been revealed recently, a couple days ago. Super exciting. We'll talk about that. Then we'll also get into what is supposed to happen this Saturday. If you guys don't know, this upcoming Saturday, the 21st of March, we have a convention that's happening close by here in Orlando, but close by to the house. It's MegaCon, right? You guys heard of MegaCon, right? However, Halloween Horror Nights will be present this Saturday for a panel. They're doing a panel. Nico's crying. No, relax. Chill out, brother.
It's called Behind the Screams, Crafting 35 Years of Fear.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. Steph's got the description. We'll go over and kind of talk about our speculations with it, what we're assuming, all that kind of stuff. And then the third and final thing we'll talk about, whether that is whatever in order. I don't know if we're going to do that one first or last. I'm not too sure. It might be last. But we'll talk about why we were kind of MIA, why we disappeared from...
I feel like we should do that first. We owe you guys a...
We could do that first. Yeah, we could do that first. But we'll talk about why we were gone from YouTube, why we had the temporary disappearance, if you will. Hiatus. And why we're returning. So there'll be a couple things we'll get into that. And according to Steph here, just now on the spot, we'll go ahead and start with that one first. But we also have, like she mentioned too earlier, the questions that we got on Instagram. We'll go through that as well. And yeah, I think that's kind of it for the agenda. Again, I'm not trying to do more than like an hour and a half in tonight's stream.
We do have a few things to address right off the bat. We have Corey Hatmaker, new member to the Fright Club legend. So welcome.
Welcome, Corey.
We have Artemis with 2 $9.99s. I think this was from last night when we posted this stream.
We were all asleep.
And
Artemis, we missed you.
Our favorite dolphin said...
It's the official HHN dolphin. Claiming it.
It's not Gerald.
Don't start. You guys know about this Gerald the dolphin thing going on? Wait, does Artemis have connection to Gerald?
Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway.
It's not too crazy now.
Artemis said, can't wait. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Artemis.
We have Javier said, here we go. Mr. and Mrs. Dracula finally woke up from their coffin after a long nap. Welcome back. Looking forward to this year. We are too. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Javier. 20. I appreciate it, man.
And then Adam Smith, welcome to Fright Club as a beginner.
Adam. All right. I mean, okay, guys, hold up. Slow down. Slow down for us, please. We're dipping our toes. You guys do not have to do donations and stuff, especially tonight. Like, we're trying to figure it out. But we appreciate you guys. Seriously. Before we even get into that, before we get into the live, and what we're really, this is going to transition us into talking about why we kind of went on a hiatus and everything going on. Quickly, by a show of hands for all of you guys in the chat, could you guys please type down in the chat if you guys know why we went on a hiatus? I know if you guys are in the Discord, I know a couple people, you guys are here. Do you guys know why we went on a hiatus? If so, just say yes. If you don't, say no. Just, I want to get a kind of a survey here real quick just to know where our knowledge is in the situation, because if we have a lot of yeses, I won't go in too much detail. If we have a lot of no's, then we'll get into some spicy stuff.
We have a don't know, a somewhat, and a yes so far.
I see Artemis said, yes, where have you been? We missed you. Artemis, we missed you. See, yeah, Artemis doesn't know. So if Artemis doesn't know, then we're going to make sure Artemis knows. That's important. Yes, we got a couple no's, couple yeses. I just want to say this. We'll go ahead and explain it. We'll give you guys the details and stuff, because I know not all of you guys are in our Discord, which is fine. It's this past, I was gonna
say, where to begin?
Yeah, this past year and a half has been really insane for us. Actually, technically, the last 2.5 years, it's been really intense. But I just gotta say, shout out to all of you guys who are watching us right now. Like, we truly do appreciate you guys, because again, we went on this hiatus. There's a lot of things that were going on for us, and a lot of things we didn't know and we were trying to figure out. And the fact that out of nowhere, we're back, we're here, we're like, let's just do this again. We're trying to dive into it. And I see all of you guys here, first of all, supporting us, all the Fright Club members that kind of stuck with us through this whole time. Truly, we really appreciate you guys. So that's first, number one. Number two, where do we begin with the story, right? So this really goes back to 2023, December of 2023, right? This heavily involves a company. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them before, but it's called Universal. It's the place where you go to Halloween Horror Nights, right? Especially Universal Orlando. I had the incredible opportunity to be one of the hosts for Discover Universal, right? To do the podcast. And we're going to get into some things about that. And again, when I say this, because I know somebody from there is probably watching or whatever, when we talk about this, we mean the utmost respect, right? Everything that we have to say, we have nothing against them. There's nothing mean or evil that I wish or anything, because it genuinely was one of the craziest and most incredible experiences I had. We
understand that things happen and things change, and there's a lot of red tape that comes along with, corporate environment. But it was all just kind of really bad timing.
It was weird. Now, look, I have faith in the Lord. He's got great timing and stuff, but it doesn't make sense to us right now, but I'm sure it will at some point.
Bad timing for our YouTube channel.
yeah. We're going to get into that. So we're going to go back to, December 2023, right? I got this opportunity. 2024, the whole 2024 season is kind of working with them, and that's what we're going to really focus into the 2025 season. we also, by the way, if you guys don't know, I know some of you guys do, we did get married. Finally, she has been asking me years and years and years. I finally said yes.
Finally said yes.
I broke down. I couldn't hold out anymore. But yeah, so that actually happened this past December. So officially, Mr. and Mrs. Robinson here, we're rocking and rolling. So that obviously did take a lot of our attention last year. If you guys were watching us last year, we did actually do a couple of videos and a good amount of live streams last year, but we just weren't able to really get into it. There's so much going on. So 2024. There was a long period where I was auditioning to be part of the Discover Universal podcast, and a lot of questions if it was going to work or it wasn't. We don't really know, but we were just hopeful, right? And, thankfully we ended up getting that role, and it was just so cool. I'll never forget when I got the email, and I broke down like crying. I really did.
Yeah. It was a very cool experience for him.
It was really cool because this has been a dream of mine before Discover Universal existed. Before that was a thing. It goes all the way back to 2018. So to see that come to fruition was kind of like, this is nuts, right?
Yeah.
So cool. Fast forward, right? What I was told, and again, I'm not naming any names on this and stuff. So if you guys are looking for like beef and certain people, like it's not going to happen, right? But what I was told was we'd be allowed to do YouTube alongside the podcast, which we assumed that was not going to be the thing. Also, I think my light just fell.
It did.
That's fine. Who cares? We assumed that we weren't going to be able to do it. So we kind of were sitting around with the thoughts of we may have to end the channel, or we don't get the role and we continue the channel. But we just said, hey, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And this was a tough decision because I didn't want to end the channel.
Well, during the auditioning process, you had asked.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to that. Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Say you had asked if
we can continue.
If we would be able to continue doing content, and they kind of said, yeah, we encourage it.
What I'm trying to say though is just before that, this is our conversations you and I were having leading up to it, where we were like, if we had to pick the option, because we were going to ask the question and we did, which one are we picking? And I don't think we really even answered that because we were like, we love doing the live streams with you guys. This is my favorite thing to do every single year. I actually like this more.
Just not the hour before when we're...
As long as the audio is working, right? If all the technical stuff works, I love this more than when I'm actually at the event sometimes. There's times when I genuinely just love sitting here because then we get to chat and everything, and our lives are so hectic. This is a chance to be like, hey, how was your day? How was your day, by the way? Because we just have so much going on, and we get to talk with you guys. So it's just so much. Also, I will say, if you guys, you're in the comments and stuff, we'll get to your comments here in a second. So if I'm missing anything, I'm so sorry. It's a long story, and we're gonna try to condense it. It's 2.5 years of things going all over the place that we want to condense in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we won't.
Possible.
So, we don't need to get into every detail.
So anyways, we were wondering if we would be able to continue the channel. And so, I asked in the process and everything, and what Stephanie said was we did get the answer of yes, you'd be able to continue, but not only continue, we encourage it. And then I was also told that, pretty much would be helping each other out in a way. And I was so excited for that because I've, before this whole thing became a situation, we would talk about the Discover Universal podcast on our show. And we would talk about, I want to say Echoes from the Fog, but it's not Echoes from the Fog. It's the one before, but I only think of Echoes from the Fog due to legal. That's all I can say. I had to delete the other name of that out, so I only know. But originally, they had stories about the haunted house and stuff. I still remember the Dueling Dragons Choose Thy Fate one, listening to that. It was so cool. And we would talk about that here in the live. We'd talk about it with our groups on Instagram and everything. So I'm kind of losing track here. I'm thinking of now the Dueling Dragons.
Anyways. So to speed up the story, to condense it, we had asked Brian had asked, this is all Brian because he's the one who auditioned and everything. He had asked, would we still be able to do the channel? We got a yes. He got the role. We were very happy. We were going to be able to do both. And that's what we started doing.
Can I jump in on that part?
Yep.
So now we got the yes and everything. And because we got the yes, all of this started ramping up. Like we then said, all right, we're going to invest on some bigger ideas that we have.
But
yeah, I'll leave that.
Moving forward with the story, Brian accepted the role, started working with them. It was amazing. It was the coolest thing ever. We were still cool. Doing the YouTube channel. We were still, cranking out content pretty consistently, as consistently as we ever have. And
a video a month, maybe
isn't the most consistent, but
we aren't the most consistent channel you'll ever meet, but consistent in our books.
Anyway, we were doing live streams every week, still keeping up with all of that. And then we hit a snag. A few months into it, Brian was reached out by somebody within
Universal. We'll just say Universal, yeah.
And told that they were looking into if we could continue doing the YouTube. They weren't sure. They wanted to double check.
There's a lot of questions.
So they wanted us to just pause.
Yeah, which was the moment I got that phone call, by the way. We just wrapped up our first episode for Countdown to HHN for the 2024 season. Where I think we had 13 guests scheduled.
Our last thing before that was we were doing we posted a construction video, and right after that construction video was when we kind of got the pause.
Well, yeah. So the pause came a little bit before that, actually, because even when Slaughter Cinema was announced, we were still kind of like what's going on, right? So, anyways, I think it was June 6th. I think I remember the date. All I'm going to say is that after we filmed that first episode, we had all these episodes scheduled with people coming in to interview and all that. And they called and said, hey,
just pause.
Hold off. You can do X, Y, and Z, but we're questionable about A, B, C.
Yes.
And so we were like, okay, to make this easier for y'all, we'll just go on your word. Whatever you guys say, we want to make sure it's smooth.
We continued doing live streams, but we didn't do construction videos because of some things. We didn't do interviews that we were planning because of some things. But then it got to a point where then it was like, now hold off on the live streams.
Well, it was just, the channel, the conversation was where they were very much like, hold off on X, Y, and Z, but we wonder if it's best to also hold off on A, B, and C. The type of person that I am, I was stoked for this role. He
didn't want to do anything to jeopardize it.
Yeah, because when it comes to the YouTube channel, it's just me and Steph. That's it. That's all who's really involved. Of course, you guys, right? You guys are involved in the other thing too, but
we'd be the only ones negatively affected if we.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm with Universal and they're like, we're questionable about X, Y, Z, ABC, and all this stuff, the way I looked at it was, if I did something that truly somehow jeopardized whatever situation was going on, it's not just me and Steph. There's a lot of other people that could get affected by it too. I didn't want that. So I said, hey, out of respect, we'll pause completely if this helps you guys. If this makes you guys feel more comfortable so you can figure certain things out, absolutely. We'll step back, which sucked.
So to keep going, there were conversations about more consistent episodes happening, and we were kind of in a place where we were like, well, if that's the case and this is going to be something that is super consistent and you still get to talk about HHN all the time, then maybe it's okay that we pause the YouTube. I was getting into my wedding photography business, and I was like, you know what? I'll use the extra time to work on that.
There was a lot of transitioning for us happening at that moment. So it was like, okay, you know what? Perfect.
Yeah. But then
before that, to emphasize Steph's point, the dream that I had in 2018 was happening in December of 2024, where I was brought to the attention of December and January. So December of 2024, early January of 2025, I was brought to the attention hey, this could be really good for us, this could be a good career and stuff. However, the channel might have to be over with. And that really hurt, having that perspective of thinking we had to end the channel, but because things were going to intensify on the other end. The way we looked at it was like, we're going to be able to provide content for you guys with the actual, company that we talk about,
and Brian
at a higher scale of.
Brian has so many ideas of.
No, go ahead.
Brian has so many ideas of things that he wants to do that we, as two guests, are not capable of doing. We can't take you backstage. We can't, show you the process of a character getting their makeup done, or
the ins
things
and
like
outs
that,
and everything. That'd be so cool to see.
He has so many ideas of things like that he would love to bring you guys, and he thought that, being on that side of it, he'd have a better chance of creating that really, really cool content for you guys.
Yeah. Because it was also being discussed. Like, that stuff was in conversation. Yeah. So I was like, this is perfect. What I want to do here that we can't, we'll be able to do there at the same frequency, if not more.
But then the bad timing kind of happened, and some things happened internally that we don't need to get into. Yeah. But that really put a pause on that side of things as well. But it was still kind of we don't really know, just hold on. Just wait. We'll let you know when something changes.
And this was late January of 2025. To kind of skip through some timing with this, that we don't know what's really going on, hold off, questionable things, lasted until October of 2025. Until we finally got like a direct answer, which we still don't really know, believe it or not. Yeah. However, one of the main questions that I kind of had through this process too was like, what about the channel? Right? And it got to a point where at first it's like, then out of nowhere, they're like, because we were announcing, if you guys remember, if you guys follow us on Instagram, we made a post on Instagram saying, hey, we're about to do our final live stream ever on our YouTube channel. YouTube channel was going to be done. And that was in late January. And that's when they said, oh, I wouldn't do that. Universal, no, I wouldn't do that, just yet.
Yeah.
And we were like,
oh, what does that mean? Are we going to be able to do it? Or
yeah, it's like, well, okay. And then, getting into that time frame, it ended up being where they're like, oh, if I were you, just continue doing it. Just keep it positive, all that stuff. And it's like, that's not a good sign to hear.
It could have been a really good sign or a really bad sign. It ended up being the really bad one.
Yeah. And so we were asking questions of kind of like, what can we do? How should we do this stuff? And no one for some reason could give us an answer. Nobody could be direct with us. At least not a straight answer, yeah. I talked to person A. They would give me answers for some things, but also question other things. Person B would be like, oh, we didn't even know you were doing this stuff. And I'm like, how do you not even know I was doing? And then person C was on another planet too. So it was all over. And again, like I said, I'm not throwing any shade to anyone on the team. We got to meet some truly like talented and incredible people that work at the company. It's just, this is corporate stuff that we're kind of relaying into.
And there was, again, like I said, bad timing just all around. Everywhere. Like, also, it wasn't anybody
just to put to jog everyone's mind with this thing. Epic was kind of opening up. That had everybody run thin.
That also was kind of like let's just wait until after Epic opens because everybody's working on that right now.
So,
but anyway, so that was almost all of 2025, and then end of 2025, or around October.
Can I say something too real quick on it? Sorry to interrupt. When they even said like, oh, you can go on your channel, you can do it again, whatever you like, you do whatever. And they also said you can say whatever you want, whatever, right? They get the person up here, the one that's in charge, gave us clearance to go ahead and do the channel again, say whatever we want, do whatever we want. It will not affect us. I have that recording. I legally have that stuff, okay? So Universal, love you guys, but just saying. And even with that, I was kind of like, I don't want to say whatever I can say if it's a negative thing or whatever, because I don't want them to use that against us.
Yeah.
Because
it was still in limbo at that point. It wasn't. There was no like.
That was midsummer.
Solid answer.
Yeah, it was midsummer.
Then October got an answer that they were completely rebranding. That was
in late July, August.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where it gets a little.
The specific timelines aren't really that.
I think they're super important.
Aren't really that important. But we got news. They're rebranding. They're going to do more auditions and just see.
So this is important. They told us we don't have to worry because we're going to be able to go there. And we've already auditioned earlier in the year. I think this was back in March. We already auditioned. Some people might even be here who auditioned for the HHN podcast. It was public that was going on. And we had people come in. We had some pretty cool people we got to talk with. It was me and my co-host. I'm going to throw her name out there, Cassie. She's super incredible. If you guys know her, she's awesome. She's right now in Texas. Shout out to you, Cassie. But we got to audition with other people who auditioned, and we did, a lot of people, right? It was pretty cool. Then we waited to hear answers of what's going on, who's going where, because they were doing a Discover Universal podcast, and then they were doing an HHN podcast. So there was going to be two separate teams, and we were just waiting, and out of nowhere, I get a call, and all of a sudden I'm in a meeting about, hey, who do you recommend to do it? People that we didn't even have auditioned. So I was throwing names out there, and then I didn't hear anything for a while. Come into July, August time period, they were like, we're going to reopen auditions. And so we were like, okay, that's cool. Are we going to be... Should we be worried? Are we going to be a part of it?
For a co-host, or is this to replace me?
Yeah, what's really happening? And they said, oh, don't worry. What you're going to do is the same thing as last time. We're just going to see who partners with you best. I was like, cool. Then we were on set shooting. If you guys remember the HHN 34 round table.
In front of LRT stuff.
Right in front of LRT. So that episode, that day we filmed, the next day we were kind of coming in, or it was that weekend or whatever. We were coming in for the auditions and stuff, and they changed it right then and there and said, you're just going to come in and audition with one person and then go. So then I was like, oh, so I'm auditioning for the role that I already have.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So a lot of things changed, and then they were basically from the time of July to October, they were saying, hey, we're rebranding. We're doing all this new stuff. We're trying all this. So we don't even know. The one phrase that kept being told to me that I did not like was they said, we don't want it to be business as usual. We don't want people to... It seemed like they just didn't want it to be structured well. And it really bothers me because it's how can you mess with...
Anyway. So they got the news,
October.
Finally, that they had officially decided to completely rebrand and just start completely fresh. They didn't want to keep anything from the previous iteration. Yeah. So they wanted to recast completely. They think Brian and Cassie are amazing and great and perfect, but they don't want people to get confused that this was the same podcast, because it's not. It's a new one.
Just think on that for a second.
So anyway, here we are. We took some time off because we don't need to harp on
also,
the negatives.
It was October and we had a wedding in less than 2 months.
Yes.
So at that point, I was like, thank God we had an answer. But at the same time, okay, we got stuff we got to worry about. We got a wedding coming up. We got to get ready for that.
So we decided to take some time to plan the wedding, go on the wedding.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys, we went to Rome for our wedding, and it
was pretty cool.
That was so amazing. And then Budapest after. That was that was the best day I've ever had in my life. Was the day I got married to Steph. That was literally the best day. The best
day of my life too.
Even though a few hours before it was hell on earth, because we were in the Italian ER and
until 3 a.m.
It was insane. Steph's dad had a whole situation, but he was a trooper. He somehow spent the night in the Italian ER and then had to talk his way American, Italian, all kinds of languages just to make it to the wedding on time. So Frank, if you're watching, shout out to you, dude.
Yeah.
The whole family.
The real MVP.
We battled that night, but
anyway.
in the morning.
Anyway.
Hold up.
No.
Talk about complete opposites. The ladies, the morning of the wedding, were having their little mimosas. They had the food brought to them. They were just having a good time. while all the men were dying.
Also, Javier asking the real questions. Did the dogs go to the wedding? No, unfortunately, they could not.
No. We did get photos with them, though, before we left.
Yeah.
And we posted on our Instagram. You can see it there. But, yeah, it would have been really cool just flying them to Rome and Budapest. There was a lot of traveling, so that would not have been good.
Anyway, so we took some time off from everything because it was just a lot emotionally.
Yeah.
And we took time for the wedding and Christmas, and going into this year, we weren't really sure what we wanted to do. Part of us was like, should we just move out of Florida and like just go start a new life somewhere else? And, we
were like 3 clicks of the mouse on that. Like, it was just, there's a lot of things going on.
But then I think Brian had an epiphany one day, and he was just like, you know what? I really miss the YouTube channel. I miss just doing it for fun and doing it for our subscribers and just talking about HHN and the theme parks like we used to when we were just having fun.
Where it really happened was when it was time for me to pack this stuff up. We're moving some things around in the house. We were like 60-40 that we were going to move and just kind of, change our lives and stuff. And I came into this room because I had to move some things around. I had to clean up. And that's where it really hit me, where I was looking at Steph's artwork. I was looking at the mics. Everything was covered in dust. There's still dust that I need to clean. I've been cleaning and there's more dust somehow. So it was a little difficult because that's when all the memories started kind of coming back. And I was realizing just like how much of, forget the business, forget Universal, forget everything. What was the reason why I liked doing this? And I remembered it was just like spending time with you and the fact that we loved the event. We went to the event. I've said this story so many times. I feel like I owe something to Halloween Horror Nights in a way of where I met my wife at HHN. Now she's my wife, guys. The last time we talked, we were fiancés, but now we're just husband and wife. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. So, it started getting to me where I realized just like how much I really missed doing this, because there were times where I'd go on YouTube and I'd just watch our old videos and be like, man, I missed that. Like, that was just fun. It was a time capsule of our memories at the event. And
also, Fun Guy said Brian from Salt Lake City doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah, try Brian from Huntsville or Harvest.
Alabama.
Brian from Alabama. But
yeah, so
it was tough.
I think that transitions well to Javier's question, which is, what is the goal for the channel this year? Which is
survive. Truly, can the channel make it?
The goal is to just have fun. We want to get back to the way we were making content like our first year, because we were just enjoying it. We weren't worrying about, we
were giddy, I genuinely emphasizing Steph's point. For any of you guys who are content creators out there listening, you guys understand this in a way. I genuinely miss just the engagement of people who were passionate about the event as much as Steph and I was. And that first year was like, not even, we didn't really care about getting views and stuff. Like, if I got 10 views in the first hour, I was like, this is crazy. It was the coolest thing. Somebody subscribed. I thought it was, a big deal. And
it is a big deal. Thank you.
Well, it still is very much. Trust me. But it's one of those things where I'm like, I miss the feeling of that excitement, that giddiness of getting to Horror Nights and seeing other people who are just as passionate as us join those conversations. So it wasn't like I got excited to gain a subscriber and to grow the channel. It was the fact that we looked at it ever since we did YouTube, and even to this point still, every subscriber that we got, every single person in the chat that comments to us, any person who showed up at the event and said hi to us, even outside of the event. There was a week during December where we saw somebody in Lowe's, and I thought that was the craziest thing. We even went to California and somebody knew us there. And it's just crazy because it's not about the numbers as far as us growing. It's the fact that we looked at it as the community. That I truly thought I was the only person. There was a point in my life where I thought I was the only person that was really just crazy and deranged about HHN. And to see there's a lot of other crazies out there that are wherever you're doing, wherever you're at this point in time, or sitting down and listening to us talk about it, I thought that was the coolest thing because it shows that there is more to this event than just being an event. You know, there really is a community.
And we talked about like, we've talked so many times about like ending the channel. Like, when do we like officially, like, should we officially end it? Like, what do we do? And every time we could never get ourselves to do it because we're like, we would miss talking to you guys too much. We still have throughout the last 2 years and all that craziness, we still had the Discord because Brian still likes to, we both still like, I have a hard time getting on Discord, but
me too. I'll be honest, me too.
Brian loves, you know, seeing you guys talk in there, and we love like getting comments and talking to you guys, and we love the live streams because we can talk to you in real time.
Yeah.
And that's what we really miss. And we could never, I don't know that we could ever like fully end the channel because of that.
It feels like if we end the channel, we're like ending y'all's lives.
No.
Like, that's how it feels to me. Cause it's like, cause you guys live in the camera, you live on the screen. Like
we're like,
shutting that down means like we won't see you again.
It feels like when you were a little kid and we didn't have like cell phones or anything like that. And you would, like, one of your friends would move away and you're like, oh, I'm never going to see that person ever again.
Yeah.
That's like kind of what it felt like talking about ending the channel or turning it off or whatever. So
and it really, like, the past 2 years, it really got tough on me, and Steph could vouch for this too, because I had a lot of people that, you know, I got close to with HHN that I had to distance myself from because of the situation going on. And it's just because it's not because of Universal, it's because of the situation.
Yeah.
And it's like there's that part where we just had to kind of separate ourselves to just figure out what was going on, like what's going to happen. And it really hurt because there were times when people would reach out to me. People even reached out to Universal and said that I was like a sellout and that I was evil for like leaving them and you know, disbanding the channel just so I could go be with Universal. And it's like, but no, that I couldn't tell them like why and what, you know, things were going on. And that really hurt because it's like no, like we were going to be doing both things, and both things were going to blossom and do more and be more. And then just out of nowhere, the ground just let out.
Yeah.
And it was really tough. So we kind of had to, you know, take a step back and just kind of evaluate what was going to go on. And ultimately it came to the point where we were just like we, you know what, whether we move, we don't, whatever happens in life, what I know for a fact is that we are here right now. We have this equipment. We still have the channel. We still have at least one person out there listening to us.
Even if it's our parents.
Right? I love my parents. Love you guys. But with all that being said, we are going to do this year's HHN. I don't know to what extent, whether it's one night or it's every freaking night. I have no idea. But we are going to do this year's HHN. And I don't like what happened to our channel in the last 2 years. I want to have control of it. I want to be the one that have say. And when we end this, we end this. Or if we're going to continue, we continue. And I'm planning that if this year is, let's say this year is going to be the last year, I want to make sure we actually finish it off. I don't want it to just somehow fizzle into nothing with no word. Because I had so many people, I kid you guys not. My Instagram, I think I have 127 unread messages from people that I still have to get back to.
Not kidding.
Because of all the situation that's going on. And I couldn't get to it. It was just too much. But I want to be able to say, hey, we're here. We're doing this again. We're doing this year, whether it's the last or it's the first of many to come. I want to be able to say that we have the control when we finish it and how we do it. And I think that's when we both kind of looked at each other, nodded, said, then let's do this. We're going to do this. And hi, we're here. We're doing it. But again, it's not just us. It's you guys too. You know, you guys in the chat and everything. Like, you guys are a part of this as much as we are. Like, that's how we view this. So I'm like, I owe this to them. You know, I don't want you guys to just kind of sit there and question what's going on. Some of you guys, oh, excuse me, heartburn. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, heartburn's always been there for me. Don't worry.
That didn't go anywhere.
No, that actually got worse along with the weight gain. But no, there. After the wedding, guys. I mean, look, we just been enjoying life a little too much. I need to turn it down. yeah, I don't know where I was going to go with it, but I'm just wanting to say that,
that's the goal for this year, is just to enjoy ourselves, make content that we enjoy making. We really want to get back to like making like fun videos that we really like
enjoy.
Yeah. And we love like the speculation and all that stuff, but we'd also love to do videos that are like not that and are, like other crazy stuff. You'll see. I mean, Brian has tons of ideas, but
got 127 episodes already planned for this year, but you guys know only 20 of them may be done. Okay?
Maybe.
if that.
But anyway, that's the goal for this year to answer that question. I think that kind of encapsulates that entire thing.
Yeah, everything.
If you guys have further questions, you can always put them in the chat.
Yeah, this actually be a great time. If you guys want to add questions in the chat, now would be a great time. Any question that you have in pertaining to the situation, what we just talked about. Ultimately, we just want to get back to loving the event that we loved, being with the community that we loved, and giving you guys content that you guys just enjoy. Because what the channel was, the purpose of the channel the entire time has always been a place where we wanted people who love the event to come together and get hyped for the event coming up.
Javier said, are all the crazy ideas from Brian, or does Steph have some tricks up her sleeve? I will say that Brian is the idea man. I'm kind of the how do we get it done lady.
We work really well together.
He's like, I don't even know how to do this, but I have this crazy idea. And I'm not great at coming up with ideas, but I'm like...
She says that all the time. That's a lie. Steph sometimes has the most creative ideas ever, because not only can she think of a great idea, but she knows how to make it happen and make it happen. But I'm over here like, hey, I would like to conquer the moon, but how? And it's impossible.
I'm the person who takes his ideas and is like, okay, here's how we could do it. We may have to compromise on some 90%
of it
because that's not even possible, but... But yeah, so that's kind of our dynamic.
Yeah.
And then it seems like everybody else is just saying excited to see you guys. Hope to see you more regularly.
Miss you guys.
I would definitely have some good food ideas.
Oh, Steph is, when it's food, Steph's got that. I just want to say I
also will say that at the end of last year, right before HHN, I was in competition prep for...
Oh yeah, we were
several months, like almost all of last year.
Yeah.
Up until literally HHN, the day before HHN was my last show of the season, opening night was my last show of the season.
Yeah. That weekend for opening night last year, we were in New York. Yeah, we were in New York.
So I will also say that
Pittsburgh.
So I will also say that we didn't do as much HHN last year as we normally would like to, because I was still kind of recovering. I was still very tired all the time.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to do much this year too.
So
we got a lot of weddings booked.
Hopefully this year I'll have more energy and we can actually like stay out late and go to HHN and stuff.
Yeah. Again, the mindset for this year, the reason why we're coming back is simply because we want to talk about Horror Nights. We want to talk with you guys. We want to, again, I want to talk with Steph. Like, I miss having those conversations. And I really think the situation kind of put a sour taste in our mouths for us. And a lot of weird things were kind of going on, questionable things. So this year we're looking at it's like a new clean slate. It's like, let's just focus on the now, what we have, and rebuilding kind of what we did have at the time with you guys, and just enjoying the event. And because... this is HHN 35. Guys, this is a big anniversary year. And I'm like, it would irk me so much if we didn't get involved.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
We have two things. So first, Southridge, member for 33 months. Dang. Said, this is Leota. Hello. Tell the boys I said they stink.
Boys.
The boys say
they're sleeping right now. Leota. But yeah, Leota, they miss you. We'll have to get a day with you guys again, with the boys and the doggo.
And then Blip asked, Blip. They said, I was very impressed with you on the podcast, so good job.
Oh, thank you.
And then asked, how was your preparation different with them versus on here with Steph?
Oh, Blip. Why'd you have to ask a question like that? Honestly, it was... Think of it like this. In a system where Steph and I are doing something, the only approval I have to go through is Steph and the dogs. That's it. With Universal, there were so many other components and pieces involved. The process was just longer. Things were a little more complex. Legal is such a thing nowadays that it's just like, if I wanted to say, hey, can I go to the bathroom? I have to make sure I ask properly. Now, I'm not saying directly like that. I'm just talking in general, right? It's like there are ways of things that have to be done in a corporate world that just...
You have to use the full legal name. You can't say Hagrid's. You have to say
Hagrid's Magical Creatures, Motorbike Adventure. All that. But the point is, like, when getting prepped for an episode and stuff, we did have what we called a rehearsal day. We got together the day before. We'd go over the whole script, talk about things, if anything needed to be added and all that stuff. Took a few hours to do that. The next day we'd come in and film all day.
It's a longer filming for sure. But he also didn't have to worry about setting up the cameras, editing.
I just had to go in and talk, which for some reason I was so nervous doing every single time. I was so excited and so nervous to do, but it was really cool. Again, very different compared to something like this. We're literally in the corner of our like a room in our house.
We also
Universal. We were at Universal.
Yeah, but like I was saying, we have to do everything. We have to be the moderators, the editors, the audio people, which we hate.
Yeah.
We have to do everything, which is good and bad. It's bad because it's a lot of work and we don't know how to do everything. So we have to learn a lot along the way. So sometimes that takes us longer. But also, it's a good thing because we have a lot of control over what we say, what we want to post, when we want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, also, it's just different.
It's good learning too. Like those are like skills that we then now possess, which is really cool. Yeah. So I don't want to spend too much time on the Universal stuff.
Yeah. Even though that was an hour.
I know. But you know what? It's one of those things. Like me and Steph talked about getting back into the channel. We felt like not only did we owe getting back into the channel, but we also owed somewhat of an explanation.
Yeah.
What we just told you guys was 1% of what happened. Not even, guys, if you truly were a fly on the wall for the whole situation, you would realize just how crazy in the best and worst ways possible. But it's we felt like we owed you guys at least somewhat of an explanation so that why we're back, why we left, so we can all kind of look at each other and say, great, you ready?
Cool.
HHN 35 is coming up. So
it's not the awkward tension, or it's like, are you guys going to leave us again?
I know. Or it's just like we come over like, what's up? Halloween Horror Nights 35 is coming up. How do you feel?
No, you're all like,
who the hell are you? Where did you come from?
Anyway, we should probably get into
let's
the main part of what you guys are here for.
Yeah, I think that is questionable depending on certain people's preferences.
Well, I just mean the talk about the main thing. HHN.
He's laying on the couch right now. That is for the final thing. So anyways, we actually have two other major topics. So we just talked about the Universal situation. That one's checked off and probably will never be talked about again. If you have questions about it, you can message me on Instagram or Discord, whatever. The other two we want to talk about is the Halloween Horror Nights 35 logo has been revealed. We'll get into that here soon. And then the HHN panel happening this Saturday at MegaCon. We're going to get into that as well. Heartburn. But what I do want to do right now, I think this is a great time for us to go onto Instagram where we have all those questions from our Instagram peoples. And we're going to do a rapid fire Q&A with all of that. We'll go ahead and, ask the questions. Me and stuff. We'll answer them as fast as we can. If you guys have questions that you would like to ask, you guys can also throw it in the chat. We will answer them too. We're just going to do this for a little bit, and then we'll get into the 35 logo and all that. Which, guys, this is one of those things, guys. I've been sitting on this night for weeks and weeks and weeks, if not months and months. And it's so cool. Like, I'm having one of those moments where I'm like, it's just between you and me right here, right? This is cool. We miss this. We really miss this. And it's so crazy to think that us coming back, we're doing it in a live stream and we're going to talk HHN 35 and the logo just got revealed. We're going to talk about that. Because when we started the YouTube channel, the first year that we got to cover was HHN 30. It was an anniversary year. So we're coming back and we're having HHN 35, an anniversary year. And it'll be really cool. I'm kind of like starting to geek out a bit.
Also, Caleb asked if we can get a discussion about last year because he wants to hear you rant about Club Horror. But overall, like, talk about our thoughts of last year, which I think we should do. Maybe not in this stream because that is a longer
maybe the next live stream we do. Well, you know what? I don't know. Depending on how this panel goes Saturday, there might be a live stream in relation to that. Maybe we'll do a live stream coming up, especially in the lull weeks that we're going to get with nothing going on.
Yeah.
We'll do a live stream of that. We'll chat about last year because I realized we didn't do that.
Yeah.
By the way, last year was a great year, right?
It was a very good year.
You know, for, HHN. Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying. Okay. Anyways, rapid fire Q&A. Let's get into this segment. I'm going to go ahead and ask Steph. I'm going to just ask you these questions and I'll answer them as well with you. Just because I have them all right here. Let's see. We got 8, 10. 28 questions.
Okay. Hit me.
I'm just going to try to pick some that we could answer. And then we'll try to, if you guys have questions, of course, like I said, throw them in the chat here on YouTube and we'll go ahead and try to answer them as well as fast as we can. Okay. So first question that I have here for you is, how can they possibly top Terrifier? So if you guys know, Terrifier was last year at HHN. And
I don't know who asked that.
It was a fan favorite house. It was really good.
I don't know who asked that. I like Terrifier. I thought it was better than the movie. I like the house better than the movie. However,
I love the house way better than the movie.
There are,
clearly,
in my opinion, there are plenty of houses that go above Terrifier in ranking of all time. So I think they can very easily top it.
I agree. I also think it's in your preference. Are you a fan of Terrifier? Are you a fan of Art the Clown necessarily? And I'm not like, I don't dislike him, but I'm not also like, oh, it's Art the Clown. Like, cool. I do think he has a big presence in the modern age. And I think that's really cool to experience, but I'm not like,
like I said, I liked it better as a house than the movie.
All right. Next question. What's something new that you'd like to see brought to the event? So like a new show, an 11th house. What would you say?
I would love a new show as long as they don't touch animal actors, stage. Like, don't get rid of that show for anything ever.
You hear that? Don't even play with me.
I mean, another show could be cool because it is a good people eater, but I also would love an 11th house.
Yeah, I mean, can I get another show and another house?
Yeah, like, both. Porque no los dos?
Porque no los dos? Oh, you Spanish.
No, it's the
you did marry into the family
commercial.
I know, but that was pretty. That was pretty good. Can you do it again?
No.
Porque no los dos?
Next question.
Oh man, Steph does some crazy like impersonations or impressions, but they're a one time, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't hear it, she ain't doing it again. So you better catch it then. But it's pretty cool. I'd say the same thing. Like I think, genuinely speaking, a new show over an 11th house would be cool. So having like a third show, so. Not just a new show, but a third show. So to have 3 shows, 10 houses.
Yeah, not like a different.
Yeah, not a replacement. Yeah. I think it'd be really cool to have an event where we have 3 shows. Again, the layout that we've talked about for years is the event could definitely have 14 houses and 5 shows and still work. As much as all you Universal professionals want to say that will never happen, that can't work, I'm sorry, but you're wrong because it can. Gotta believe you can make it work.
Is possible.
Exactly. All right, next question. Best on-site resort to stay for HHN?
I'll say Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
It's just super close. You can walk literally right up to the entrance.
Yeah.
It's so close.
Which is incredible because when you're leaving, the park's packed. You know, whether you're, taking a bus or getting on the water taxi or anything like that.
They can be packed.
Walking, I just want to be able to get straight to the place. Hard Rock, it's usually like a 7-minute walk.
It's so close.
And it's so
very
easy.
Nice.
And it's Hard Rock. It's kind of themed, some rock with HHN, kind of goes hand in hand.
Sure. Yeah.
Our favorite resort is Sapphire Falls.
Yeah.
And I still wouldn't mind staying in Sapphire. We've done it before for HHN. You take the water taxi. Sometimes you have to wait for the water taxi.
I think
but
if
Hard Rock is more themed than Sapphire.
If you don't have like a budget and you're just like the best one, like not speaking about like price or anything, Hard Rock.
Yeah. Oh,
we're just done.
I have the questions. Okay. Let's see. What are your ready? This is cool. What are your thoughts on the houses that have been speculated for this year? And someone also asked house predictions. I'm kind of pairing this together. I'll answer this. I'll answer this. Our thoughts on the houses that have been speculated this year. We have not been keeping up with speculation this year.
A little bit. Hear rumblings, but we're not like on top of it.
Like right now, if you ask me, what houses are being speculated this year and what's been on the map, I can name maybe 2. And again, the reason for that is, obviously the past situation, but because we're really trying to take this year like we did the first year. Like we're trying to take it differently where I want to be surprised with announcements. I want to feel that joy again. It's like, like this is happening versus when the announcement happens, we're kind of like,
we've known about that for 3 months.
I want to find the balance in that. And maybe that's not possible as a content creator. Maybe it is. I don't know. We're going to try to give it a shot where we can still talk about speculation, but not completely beat this horse down to where there's no surprise.
We don't want that to be the whole channel where we hear a little rumor and then we're like, and like Brian said, we want to see the announcements and be like excited about it. We don't want to see announcements and be like, we already knew that.
Bingo. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, next question. If they did a house on Stranger Things, what one scene would you include from each season?
I will say, I can't include season 5 because
not everybody has seen it, so we don't want to give away spoilers.
We don't want to ruin it.
So,
you guys, we haven't watched it yet.
We haven't seen Stranger Things season
5.
We've
been very busy.
Again, it came out around the time we were getting married, and again, the Stranger Things season 5 release days on like the holidays and stuff. I'm sorry, that was. I'm not watching that stuff on Christmas, whatever.
Anyway, we're gonna get around to it, of course, before HHN. But
maybe we start watching that at the end of this month.
We had Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we had Traitors, we had to watch those.
Yeah, we had some other important things.
So we'll get around to it. But for the other ones, I mean, I really liked in the first house the room with like all the lights.
The lights in the buyer's house.
Yes. Yeah. So I would say that one for season 1.
Bring that back.
Season 2. I'm trying to remember.
I genuinely, for season 2, I would love to see. Again, we had this in the house. It was a transition from season 2 to season 3 as the finale where Elle.
The cabin?
No, that's season 3. Season 2, when Elle and Hopper went into the lab or whatever, and they were on like the forklift, and she was like floating through that.
I want to see them do that again and
better because that was a static scene, so nothing was moving. It's very stationary. They had one puppet, and that's it. I would love to see them be able to do more with that. But genuinely speaking, I love that the entrance when it was the arcades, little arcade machines, and it spelled out Stranger Things, and then you could see the Mind Flayer off in the distance. I would love to re-experience that again, but I would love to have an actual. I don't know how they would do this. They did this with Twister. I'm getting very complicated here. They did this with Twister.
Rapid fire.
I know. Where you saw the Twister and stuff. It'd be cool if they were able to do that, but as the Mind Flayer. Like physically feel the wind and see that. Cool. Like Will felt it. I think that'd been cool.
I would say for 3, I like the cabin scene. I just think
was good.
I don't know. I think they could do that better.
I will agree with you, but put it towards the Starcourt Mall scene.
Yeah,
I think the cabin scene did better than Starcourt. I was
agree.
A little underwhelmed with the Starcourt Mall scene.
Yeah.
I think we should have had the Mind Flayer more physically moving in certain areas.
Yeah,
I know it's
just
tough.
think that's hard to do.
But again, all they had was Lewis. What's the character's name, bro?
It's not Lewis.
It's not
Lucas.
Lucas, whatever. Lucas Oil, right? They
Our
had
neighbor's
him.
name is Lewis, so I think you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I've been out of the ringer for a minute, guys. So if I do something wrong, please call me out on it. I'd like to see more movement because in the cabin scene we had more scare actors or we had more Starcore Mall. They just had one, and that was kind of it.
And then for 4, I think I
got a couple of these.
I think Eddie on top of the trailer.
That's one we got to see in Hollywood.
I think it was. I personally didn't hate it here. I think that might have been my favorite scene of that house.
Yes.
So I like that one.
The biggest thing for me was we didn't get the Creel house, and we did not get any Russia. I know the world. I don't care. I wanted to see Hopper, Murray, and Joyce with the flamethrower and everything in the Russia scene. I wanted that.
Yeah.
And we didn't get that. So that would have been cool if they could add that.
Okay.
All right. Question. So that was the quickest answer we've ever given. How's life?
Good.
It's better now that we're here with you guys.
Aw.
We'll make it all sappy now. Let's see here. Can you give me a hint on the Slasher IP house getting announced on Saturday? I can't give you a hint because I don't know of anything. But according to your question, is there a Slasher IP being announced? Is there something we don't know?
I think you're the one giving the hint.
Can you guys give us a hint, please? Let's see. Another question. When do you think we will see Universal Monsters return to HHN?
Hopefully as soon as possible.
I can give you an answer.
What?
This year.
You think so?
Steph and I will be there. We will be Monsters of Universal. I promise you this year we will. Anyways, no, I do think in the future we will. I would be surprised if we don't see them in the next 3 years. I would genuinely be very surprised. There's still, especially the modern age monsters we had for Horror Nights and their storyline and all that, there's still very much a lot they can tell. And those houses are very popular. People love the Monsters houses. Now, doesn't mean we have to do them every year. I do admit, as much as I love them, they can become repetitive to other people. Not to me.
Not to us.
Not to me, but to other people. So I respect that. So to change things up, that's cool. But I could see them returning in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Heartburn. Someone also said, would Stranger Things be exclusive to just season 5 or include scenes from all seasons? I think this one genuinely would just be season 5. It would be awesome if they did all seasons, but I genuinely think the only way to do that is if HHN buckles up and, really goes at it and does an entire soundstage for this house and does like the biggest, longest, haunted house we've ever done in history. And it's like a 10+ minute walk, not even 10. We're talking 15-minute walkthrough.
If it's every season, it would be like one, maybe
like
2 rooms from each, and now it's just not enough.
Yeah. So I think season 5 would be it. Let's see. What is a dream IP of yours that hasn't come to HHN?
I know this is kind of rumored for this year, so I'll throw it out there as well. But I've always kind of wanted Hellraiser.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm sticking to Game of Thrones.
Scared the crap out of me when I was little, so I think it would actually scare me, which I need.
Let's see. Miss you guys on YouTube. Miss you. Favorite HHN icon and why? Rapid fire. All right. I know
Fear.
this is, we say rapid fire. Let's make this more rapid fire, you and I. Fear.
Okay,
We're
Fear.
both Fear. Why? Because
He's cool.
he's the big baddie and he's cool. He's on stilts. Let's see. Do you think it's a good idea to add HHN to Epic Universe?
No.
I think it's a terrible idea. I'm not, no shade to anybody
who logistically with the IPs it wouldn't work.
Yeah. No shade to anybody who would like that. Nothing against it. I know we all have our opinions and stuff. I don't think it would be a good idea. I won't get into why because that's a long thing, but no. Let's see. Something you wish Universal would bring back that they did in previous years for HHN.
Rat Lady.
Yeah. Name anything. I'm probably going to say yeah.
Anything.
Genuinely speaking, I would love. Yeah. Yeah. I miss.
Even though we don't drink.
It could be like just red water, whatever, right? I miss the HHN of old. How things were kind of like in a way. Yeah, it's just kind of like
felt a little unsafe.
We were just like we're going at it, Now it feels like everything's very clean and corporate.
It's a little too sterile.
Yeah. What I genuinely would like, going to that question, I would love for them to do an entire event where it is a whatever, quote unquote, blast from the past, and they bring top fan favorite houses.
I was trying to tell him to lay down.
Nico. Well, you did that. He's like, "Oh, come here."
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
lay down. You can hang out. Just
lay
no,
down.
lay down.
Lay down, buddy.
You suck.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you suck. Hondo's better. Bye, Hondo. He goes like, what? All right, just hang tight. But I would love for them to do a year where it's like, you know, fan favorite houses. Again, this is another idea that's written with Universal and all this stuff and whatever they could do. But a fan favorite year, houses, scare zones. So we get a lot of things we, you know, younger generations didn't get to experience, especially because HHN's been around for 36 years, celebrating its 35th like anniversary year right now. But you know, 36 years HHN's existed. Just to let y'all know, that's longer than I've been alive. It's longer than Steph's been alive. So there's things we obviously didn't get to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, good question. All right, favorite HHN snack of all time.
Oh, that's the hardest question.
It's food. Love food.
That's so difficult.
10 seconds. I'm going with the
No chance in hell, PB&J.
You? No chance in hell, PB&J?
The first year,
HHN 30.
Yeah.
Mine comes from HHN 30 as well, and it was the barbecue it was just the brisket that was at the Haunting of Hill House booth.
Yeah.
That I loved. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm gonna skip a couple. Just go up here. Is it true Fort Nightmares is the announcement for Saturday and will be a scare zone at HHN? I don't know.
We'll end the channel. Never go to HHN again. I really don't want that.
We'll just let that be. We'll say it like that. What do you think about us getting an announcement for HHN this weekend? It's spooky. It's a great question, and that will lead us into our segment a little bit later here.
Oh,
we're going to get into.
mind.
Well, is there any questions that we saw on YouTube? Our chat. I know I told our YouTube chat to kind of say stuff.
I did see the theme team asked if we think that the logo was a oopsie. I forget what they typed. A leak or something, or accidentally posted too early or something like that.
Well,
I thought we would talk about that.
Yeah, let's use that as a transition for the logo. Also, 81D Scott said, "OMG, thank you, Brian, for mentioning the brisket. I still think about it."
So good.
That probably is the single most expensive food item for me at HHN that I spent the most amount of money on.
I just thought if we get Jack back and maybe
who's Jack?
Chance, maybe they will bring back the No Chance in Hell PB&J.
Maybe, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, but this time we put licorice all over it."
No.
I'm just going to say this to just theme park companies or companies in general. Just because you're bringing something back doesn't mean you have to change one slight thing to say it's like, oh, but we're doing it. Just you could bring it back normal. It's still going to be well.
Personally, I don't think that they were trying to make it fun or different. I think they were trying to save money.
Yeah, everything they do is trying to save money.
I think the maple syrup was cheaper than the hot honey. Anyway.
I could see that.
I think that was it. I did see Fred asked, word is Nightmare Fuel is done. Thoughts? I would be really excited to see whatever they bring. If it's a new iteration of Nightmare Fuel, cool. If it's a completely new show, I think I would even be a little bit more excited just to see what it is.
I want a magic show. I want like dark magic. I don't know, some freak show.
I still want them to bring back something like Bill and Ted's. It doesn't have to be Bill and Ted's. I love a show that has like a plot and has like a storyline to it. A little bit of comedy, a little bit of dark humor. I would love that.
Yeah, a mixture. Mm-hmm. Also, Fred did say Robosaurus. Anybody remember Robosaurus? It was before my time. We're going to HHN, but yeah, I mean, again, this goes back to a question we had earlier where I would rather get a third show than I would 11th house. 10 houses, 11 would be great. But 10 houses is still 10 houses. There's still a good amount of houses. I think a third show would be really cool and would add more flavor to the event because the two shows, we already know we're getting a Lagoon show as one of the shows if we get two shows. Mm-hmm. The other one's a stage show. If you can get another stage show, then you can have that where you get something like Nightmare Fuel and maybe something a little more narrative in a way, on stage and some.
I think a fire stunt dance aerial show is really cool.
5 years in a row.
I just would like something different. But
Yeah, I mean, Guitar Crow said Beetlejuice pop culture comedy. Honestly,
that'd be cool.
The Beetlejuice Graveyard Review,
yeah.
like that, like you can bring something like that back, and then, like I dig it. Like I'd love a kind of comedy type of show because we went to Busch Gardens, I think back in 2021.
It was the Fiends.
Yeah, they had a Fiend show or whatever, and it was like very comedic. I had a great time. I thought it was funny, and, and it's a good change of pace with everything going on. It's a good laugh.
And they related to like what's going on in like
today's stuff,
current events.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to have some additions in the show category.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
First of all, I mean, we got over how many? 100? I see 115 people right now watching. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here this random Tuesday evening in March. To a channel that somehow disappeared and came back from the dead.
Like a phoenix. Rising from the ashes.
I was just thinking of Night at the Museum. I have come back to life.
Oh, yeah.
Great movies, by the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we're here, the reason why we have this channel is to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. This year, if you did not know, Halloween Horror Nights will be celebrating its 35th annual year in Orlando. HHN 35. Big anniversary year, guys. Very big. In my opinion, although we had COVID at the time, so yes, whatever. But although 30 was a big year, 35 is a more important year than 30 was. HHN 30 was the celebration of Jack the Clown. Very fun, awesome. Halloween Horror Nights 30, boom, Jack, whatever, right? This year is Halloween Horror Nights 35. That's all we know so far. We got a logo reveal, and HHN Panel is coming up soon, so we can know more. But they're celebrating 35 years. However, I don't think this year is just like, oh, we're going to celebrate. No, I think they're going to continue a story. I think there is a lore that's going to be present in this. I think we're really going back to, like the fan base. They're settling on that because last year, I think, was very well done. I think they listened to a lot of things that the fans had to say. They honed in on it. And I think they did so well with last year's event. They questioned, again, I had the blessing of being able to be in the room with the creatives and listen to their stories about this because they always said this, which was what got me so excited. They said, when making HHN 34, we knew this year was something special. We knew it was going to be incredible. We knew people will love this year because we ourselves are so giddy about it. They're like, this is going to be an amazing year. We really put our passion in this. With that being said, next year's 35. We have to do more. If they stick to that, this year truly will be something that we will talk about like HHN 25 was to a lot of fans. And that really like pumps me up. Now, what is HHN 35? What is it going to be? A lot of people speculated Jack the Clown is going to be featured at some point this year in some way.
Logo.
Well, before the logo, right?
Yeah, of course.
Jack, Oddfellow, all that was happening. And, we had Horror Unleashed in Vegas open up. Jack was there. HHN last year, Across the Seas, Jack was out there. Jack is kind of making more of his presence known. He's kind of really branding himself with Halloween Horror Nights and Universal. And this year, people were speculating, will Jack return for 35? Now, like I said, we had Jack for HHN 30, but technically Jack was not at Halloween Horror Nights 30. That was a celebration of him as a character. The last time we truly saw Jack the Clown at HHN, and I'm not talking about when Oddfellow's year was there and you can see a silhouette of him, not that. I'm talking about physically present, was HHN 25. It's been 10 years, technically 11, since Jack had a true presence at the event in a story format. So that's what's being speculated. And lo and behold, the Halloween Horror Nights 35 logo got revealed.
It looks like Jack.
Very circus themed, guys. It's the colors, even the font.
The font, yeah.
It's like, okay, I've seen this before, and we know who it links with. To kind of go with, I know you said the theme team asked the question of, do we think that was an oopsie? I don't think so. I think kind of seeing how they do things, there is a lot of oopsies that happen. I think they were just like, yeah, just kind of go with it. Because I think their hands are tied with a lot of other things. So I think they were just like, this is fine. Yeah, we can do that. Because then we don't have to worry about it. They can do it. And people know, cool, we'll do our thing at the panel on Saturday.
Yeah.
They kind of had to make this revealed in a way. But I think the partnership with MegaCon in a way to do this, I think that was fine. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
Let's talk about this. First impressions of the logo. For you guys in the chat, I'd like to know, what do you guys think of the logo? Go ahead and spam 1 in the chat if you guys are fans of the logo. Spam 2 if you don't like the logo. I did do a poll on YouTube here in our post, whatever that thing's called, the post section, asking you guys if you guys were fans of it or if you weren't. And I think it was like 95% of y'all said yes, you were fans, and there was like, I think it was like 3% that said no, you guys weren't fans of it.
I like it.
We'll do a live one here.
It looks like, and maybe because it's related to Jack, if it is, but it reminds me of like old HHN.
I think it's the font.
Yeah, the colors, the font, the grittiness.
And again, it's because if it relates to Jack, which we think it does, they've used this before. So it reminds us of old HHN in a way, because if you look at the last few years, the logos and stuff, very different, very new and stuff.
It's been more modern.
Modern. This year, the logo, it does look like, oh, we're going back in a way because it's something we're familiar with. But also, I think the most, the stark contrast in it, where we're like, oh, wow, at least me and Steph, is because look at last year's logo. Very sharp, very edgy, very like, the blues. It was depressing, and I mean, it was great, right?
Yeah.
Vines, it had that feeling to it. It was dark. This seems very pop, not like pop culture, but it's like, it's more vivid, it's more lively, more energetic, and a dark presence. And of course, something that only Jack the Clown does bring to the event. It
All
screams
I'm saying
him.
is the entrance better have fire.
I'm gonna let you know, in the Florida heat, you don't need fire. You can feel it from the sun.
I want to see it.
I want to see it. Look up, stare at it.
And they better put the sign back to red. Not green or whatever.
We'll talk about that. Or yellow one night for some reason. We'll talk about that when we do last year's review kind of thing.
I did like it when it was blue, but once it turned to green,
it was blue
like
one weekend. And then they just gave up. I don't know. Anyways, I see the chat. A lot of them put ones. So I'm saying mainly
I see
ones.
all ones.
Anybody not like the logo?
I doubt it.
Not everybody speak up at once. It's fine. Okay, fine. Nobody wants to talk. That's fine.
Everybody likes it.
I'm just waiting for somebody to say something. I can't hear anything. Yeah, I mean, I like the logo.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. It's fun. And it's got, to me, the logo has energy. And I'm excited for what that will bring to the event. I'm hoping the event follows tune with it. So, logo came out. What are you laughing at?
Theme Team said Steph is the little girl smiling with the house burning behind her meme. You know that meme where she's like smiling and the house is burning behind her?
Yeah.
That's me with the fire.
Guitar also said, reminds me of Carnival 2007 when I paid $80.
Yeah. I bet the prices won't remind you of 2007, but
I don't even want to know. We know they're going to go up this year again.
Always.
Last year really hurt financially. That was tough. But anyways, yeah. So a lot of people are very happy and pleased with the logo. We love it. We like it. We like what it's kind of. It's funny. As much as Universal is sometimes all over the place and they keep tripping on themselves constantly, there are people in there who know what they're doing. They know what's going on. They see what's going on. This logo being revealed, whether it was an oopsie or whatever, they know that this logo is pertaining to conversations people want to have, which is Jack coming back? This is very much lining up in their court, if you will. They're excited for it. They know what they got. I think they have something big for this year. I think this year is going to be very special, especially if last year was as good as it was. This year could be really, really good. So I'm more interested, which this will kind of lead into the conversation now. I'm more interested in what the panel is going to be about.
Yeah.
Has Halloween Horror Nights ever been at MegaCon? It's the first time at MegaCon, right? We've had them at Spooky Empire before. And lately they've been doing their first announcement for the event at Spooky Empire. But I think this is the first time at MegaCon. Can anybody please confirm for me in the chat if I'm right or wrong? I know Steph is researching, see who can win. First one gets a brand new car.
I just see 2026.
Yeah. I don't think HHN had a panel at MegaCon before, so this is the first time. So, again, MegaCon's big. I think MegaCon is bigger than Spooky Empire is. So, my assumption is that we will be getting something.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I agree. Mr. Disney King said, I feel like at MegaCon, all we'll get is just Jack's laughter, like, in the end. That's kind of where I'm leaning to, is like we'll get like a little teaser like that where it's like everybody knows what it is, but it's not like a Jack is gonna be at HHN. It's just like a little Easter egg, or they just have him run out on stage. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm so 50-50 because do you have the actual insert pulled up, the statement?
I just have Universally Addicted's post on
so on the MegaCons, their official statement, they have a whole thing of what this is and stuff, what it's going to be, and it's basically Mike Aiello, Laura Sauls, Charles Gray, they're going to be there. If there's anybody else, please let me know in the chat. But those three, they're going to be there, and they're going to be talking about the past 35 years of HHN. Here, go ahead and read that out.
It says, step behind the screams and hear from some of the twisted minds who bring Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights to life as the event prepares to unleash a new slate of nightmares for its milestone 35th anniversary this fall. From the earliest sparks of an idea and creative madness to the final spine-tingling scare and artistry. That was a tongue twister. Catch this panel with the creators and storytellers of Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. Discover how haunted houses, scare zones, and unforgettable characters evolve each year, and how the event cements its legacy as the world's premier Halloween event. So it sounds to me similar to the panels that they've done.
Was there something about surprises in that?
No.
I read something else then. There was something that I read. I don't know if it was in that one or it was a different one, where it said, and you might catch a few surprises along the way.
Oh,
like hidden at something.
It sounds to me like what they've done at Spooky Empire before, where they just kind of talk about, the process and the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. And then maybe they'll give like a little announcement or a little teaser. They normally do that at Spooky. However, when they have done that at Spooky, it's a little bit closer to the event. It's not this early, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Could we get an announcement? Sure. Yes, it is quite possible. I mean, we could get an announcement right now, for all we know. The thing is, it's because it's at MegaCon. One of the biggest things about MegaCon, isn't it the biggest conference? Like, with horror and comedy and movies.
It's a big one.
It's a big conference. My thing is, they have such a huge presence of characters, actors, and all this stuff. If this logo came out and it's pertaining to Jack and all this stuff, why wouldn't they have Jack the Clown there?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? Whether he comes on the stage for a second or they do a little thing, why not? I could also see it being such a huge hit if Jack the Clown was there and all those people got the opportunity to meet Jack some way, whether there's a photo op or something, him running down, little of a stage thing. I definitely could see them doing a house announcement. I can see them doing just the general theme to the event, adding to the story, maybe even talking about Jack's character while he's there or something, because I think he's going to be a big deal for this year.
Yeah. I could see that. I just feel like it's a little early, but maybe.
But see, and we could talk about that where it's not really. If you look back at the old years and stuff, and I'm talking about old years, we're talking about, in the last 15 years relatively, the month of March is usually where an announcement could come along. March, April, definitely May. And if we're talking themes and stuff like that, if they really want to dive into lore, they could release things that we've never seen Horror Nights do before. And this could be the first time they do something like that.
But high hopes.
Again, speculations, and we never know. I will say I don't, my gut, true gut, does not think they're going to walk into doing this at MegaCon for the first time ever and not give the audience something.
I think they'll give them something. I just don't know if it'll be like a full-on announcement or if it'll be like,
yes,
a theme.
Yeah. But whatever it may be, but I have a feeling, my gut's telling me they're going to give something. Because the last two that they were at, Spooky Empire, last 2 years, they did do an announcement. Why would they go to a bigger one and not give anything that has a relation to this year's event? Again, it could just be theming. It could be lore. It could be a, talk about maybe something, an inside sneak peek of this year's event that doesn't have to do with houses or scare zones, but just the event in general. I don't think this is happening, but maybe they do something like this year. We're doing something we've never done before. We're going to have 11 haunted houses, and that's all we get. There's no details, but it's like adding something to the event or whatever. I can't see them go in there and just talk about the past, what it's like to do this and that, and then just kind of leave at that. I do think we're going to be fed something to some extent. Not sure how big or small, but I do believe we'll get something.
I did see Javier ask if we're going to be there. We will not, unfortunately. We
have work that day.
We'll be photographing and recording a wedding.
I love how you have a choice of words with that one, because we usually say we'll be shooting a wedding, because that's just what we say, but we're not shooting. We have photos and videos as we do. So, so we'll be working that day. We do have a wedding that day, unfortunately, so we can't attend MegaCon.
Which we did book way before they announced this.
Yeah.
So
even if they announce this first, I don't know if we can.
Yeah, it's work.
I'm sure somebody out there is going to go, and I'm sure all of you guys will let us know what goes on.
Yeah, we will see plenty of clips.
My phone is probably going to be buzzing and all kinds of stuff come Saturday. I will not look at it.
Do not disturb.
If you guys want to send me messages, you're more than welcome to, but I'm just going to let you know I will not respond until either very, very late Saturday or Sunday, potentially. So if you don't see me responding back to you, I apologize. We're working a wedding the entire day. So
yep,
that's how it is.
Cool.
Yeah, I just all of a sudden I got tired. I'm like, okay, that's it.
Goodbye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
We did go over all of our rapid fire questions that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
The panel.
We really pretty much hit everything we wanted to. Again, like I said, tonight's live stream, like I said, was going to be about an hour to hour and a half. We're actually at an hour and 33 minutes. We did start the live stream a little bit later too, but we got to an hour and a half and everything. We had those three major things we want to talk about. The HHN 35 logo, MegaCon with the HHN panel, and then the Universal situation. We got through all of those.
Yeah.
We just dipping our toes in the water. We're just testing it out. The audio was a pain in the butt for the past few days, but I'm glad it's working. I guess you guys said it is. I still really don't know. I can't tell from here. To my point, it's not really working that well.
I don't know the last time you guys saw Nico, but
he's a grown human being. Look at his beanie weenie.
Javier asked if we think the trivia store will be back in the original location.
Where was it last year?
The arcade.
What? Oh, yeah. Guys, it's been so long.
I hope so, but
we'll see.
It depends on how that construction's going.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When it comes to the logistics and stuff, there are a lot of changes happening at Universal right now that I don't know. I really have no idea.
And then Disney King also did ask if there's any merch left in the online store. Your thoughts on that?
For Universal?
I think for ours.
For us? Look at that yawn. What's wrong? Is it past your bedtime?
Yeah.
We did a lot of playing today with this guy. He is tired out.
We've been introduced to the Chuck It.
Yeah.
And they're obsessed with it.
Our doggie's auntie Paige, she's downstairs right now. She's been helping us with the boys. She recommended getting this Chuck It thing, and it's honestly been the most fun.
Yeah, they love it.
It's outside. It's in the garage. I was gonna say if I have it here, I'll show you guys. But our merch.
No, our merch.
We've been talking about it. I don't know. Is the store open?
I'll have to double check.
Yeah, if the store is open, you could go in there and I guess you could buy stuff. I mean, I don't know. My way right now with how the whole Universal thing and
that was an XYZ that we were told was a no-go.
No, it was a questionable thing. It was this is good, this isn't. They didn't know. My thing is this: if you want to go in the shop, you want to check it out. If there's anything you want, you can grab it. Now might be the time. I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna leave it until anything else happens.
It's up. You can order stuff on there.
Yeah.
FrightClubShop.com.
There you go. Yeah. Actually, I have one of these things. Yeah. Oh, look, it's now open. Wow, surprise.
Oh, look who commented. Colton Rogers said, I bet she's really cool.
Who the hell's that? Hold up. Let me ban this guy. How do you ban? I can't ban. You're going to have to ban on that side. Yeah, whatever that means. Is that a dinosaur in his profile? Or a frog?
Is that actually Paige? Paige, is that actually you?
That might be Paige. Anyways. Yeah, so if you guys want to check out, it's www.frightclubshop.com. You guys can check out our official merch, which is what you see behind you. It's like all these designs. There's more designs you can't even see. Like we have Halloween Nightmare Fuel over here. We also have all other kind of stuff over there too. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you can go to www.frightclubshop.com and pick up some cool stuff. I'm wearing our hoodie. I love this thing. Wear it all the time.
It's so comfy.
It's so comfy. Yeah, check it out if you want to check it out. If not, I don't know what's going on with it. We're just going to leave it up. We're going to see what goes on. Steph may or may not be making more merch.
We'll see.
We're going to see. We're playing it day by day. We're taking it slow. But yeah. So anyways, that's going to be it for tonight's live stream. It's just quick dive in. Wanted to give you guys an update, kind of what's going on, why we were at a hiatus, why we were coming back. We had the logo revealed and all that stuff. Got the panel coming up. And we're just genuinely excited just to get back into HHN conversations.
Yes.
Like I miss being in the seat. I really do. And got a lot of content planned. I don't know how much we're going to get done, but we're going to try to. We got some new things we want to try out. I think you'll like. We're going to try to do our best of having obviously a presence here on YouTube. We're going to try to do our best to increase our presence on Instagram and TikTok as well as like YouTube Shorts. We're going to be trying some new stuff here on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys are following us on a Discord, we'll also make announcements on Discord as well as Instagram. I'll try to post more on the stories to keep you guys updated with what's going on, what we have planned and all that. So I just want to say thank you guys. Like genuinely, I don't think you guys understand how much credit you guys deserve for why we came back in these seats. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I genuinely don't think we would be back and doing this. I think I'd be like, you know what? Like, screw it. I don't want to deal with this. Again, technology is a pain. I don't want to deal with it. So, like, genuinely speaking, like, thank you to you guys. Thanks for sticking around with how brutal it's been. I know we've been MIA for a lot, and there's been so many promises that have not been kept because promise you it's not my fault. Universal, yeah, so, Fright Club, you guys rock. Thanks, you guys. And I genuinely am very excited to see what this year has in store for us because we want to take it back to the way it was when we were just having fun, having a blast. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Any last minute thoughts you want to add before we say goodnight to them and never see them again this year?
No.
This could be the last thing you see from us. Who knows? No, I promise you it's not.
Goodbye.
Now, before we do leave, there's one more person that needs to show up in the live. This would be the big anniversary house revealed for Saturday. It's the one and only. He's got to stretch. He's getting older. There you go. Come on, just push through. There you go. Come on. There's a little barrier. There you go. Yeah. Go the other side. Over there. There you go. Yeah. See? It's wide open. Go left. No, the other way. Go that way.
Man,
Watch your step.
Fine.
Watch your step. There you go.
There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, doggies of all households, it's the world famous Hondo. Our big boy here. Guys, he's 4 years old. Yeah. 5 years. He's turning 5 this year. That's crazy. Boy's getting older. And this guy somehow is already over a year old. Time is flying. Come here, big guy.
You want to say hello?
Yeah, buck yous. Oh, it's our boys. Anyways, we're going to get going because we're going to give them some treats and lots of love and playtime because they've done so good during the live stream. I know it's been a while. They did good. You did good, Hondo. But we, all of us, all 4 of us, we miss you guys. We wish you guys the best. We hope you guys are doing well. We hope this year has been a great start so far. And we genuinely are very excited for this year's HHN and looking forward to this Saturday, seeing what happens at this panel.
Yeah.
So.
Say goodbye. Say goodnight.
Yeah. Look at this wiggle butt. Look at the butt wiggle. Dang, look at that. All right, Hondo, don't do that in front of the camera now. All right, ladies and gents, with that being said, that's going to do it for us in tonight's live stream. And until the next episode, video, whatever it is that we come back to, we look forward to see you guys there. Like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.